Hey Virgo, it's your girl JV. High Priestess. Back at it again with the general tarot reading for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Virgo season 2022. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Okay. I had to light one for you because there is this that's needed, Virgo. We need to talk about it a little bit. There is this overwhelming pressure that's coming in. We're starting off the season with your ruling planet exalted in your sign, and Mercury is ready. Like, let's go. You know what I mean? So you're feeling this pressure, and I want, yes, there's the procrastination. Yes, there is the urgency, the anxiety. There's all of that. But I feel like there is an art to deciphering which activities you can't just like attack. Some things you need to be able to, you need to like feel ready to do it. You need to feel excited to do it before you dive in and just give dutiful energy to it, you know, obligatory energy to it. There is something about deciphering which activities and tasks and projects and people you could just, you know, execute with. Just not, it's like you can evade and avoid a lot of the procrastination and the anxiety by way of just getting shit done. But there are going to be lessons, and there is wisdom in determining like these are the items or the activities that I can just like knock out quickly versus these are the things that I need to make sure that I am acting from a place of fun and passion in regards to versus a place of pressure. There's something, Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising, about acting from a place of fun and passion versus a place of fucking pressure. Be sure to check out your Sun, Moon, and Rising. Patreon gets everything first. Spirit Squadron and I, we run so deep. It's getting so good over there. They get the Patreon plunge every season, where it's basically the extended. We clarify every single card and go in. So for daily content, check out my Instasham at justj_everything, TikTok at justjeverything, and for other dope shit that I do, my website, justjeverything.com. Virgo, it's funny, in Leo season we ride, in Virgo season we refine. There is a refinement that is required. This is feminine, mutable earth that we're talking about here, and Mercury is exalted in Virgo right now. So Mercury is functioning at its highest capacity, basically. And so there is this amped up attention to detail, discernment really ramping up, a very amped up sense of like, high standards. Your standards are going to be raising. They should allow them getting real bougie with it. You know what I mean? If you let it, you can. Why not? You know? I feel like, but the high standards are coming like from yourself. Assert high standards of self. Execute high standards of self, and you will attract high standards of self from others. There is just this sense of, Virgo, you know, like, where are you too tightly wound? And where do you need to tighten up? Where are you not tightened up enough? You know? Very do more, talk less energy. Now, Virgo, this is really about you finding a way to tap into your inner Beyonce without really like becoming a tyrant. Not that Beyonce's a tyrant, but I'm just saying you know what I mean? It's like, how can you find that balance between your inner Beyonce and like your inner like centered, heart-centered healer, warrior, servant. There's a difference. Ooh, Page of Wands flew out. I'm taking it. It's very, I don't know. I'm going with what comes. Page of Wands being the first card out. And it's funny, I just saw that 555. So I do feel like there's been a lot of conflict with yourself. A lot of conflict with the fact that there is a lot of personal power that's rising up. People aren't expecting this energy from you. There is, let's see, Mercury has been in Leo. So I do feel like there has been this like fire that's been lit up under you. And so you're being a bit more fiery, you're being more obstinate. I hear you're being maybe even childlike, or feeling reborn, or feeling like a teenager. There's like the initial stages of a relationship. There may be someone with Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius placement, someone that maybe is younger than you, that's really important to you or impacting you this season. But ultimately, you initiating a new relationship with yourself is going to clear up a lot of confusion. It's going to clear up a lot of mystery in the mind. And as of August 22nd, Virgo gets the sun, and there is this spotlight on service, analysis, practicality, order, doing things the right way. And so I feel like start off doing things the right way for you so that you can have a relationship that starts off the right way, or you can start a new chapter with your current partners or your current company or whatever, your current friendships, whatever it is. You can establish this new relationship with them because you're establishing a new relationship with you. There is no healthy we without healthy me, Virgo. And so since you are such a service-oriented sign, and I clump you in there with the Captain Save-A-Ho signs, there is something about asserting your personal power, your personal boundaries, really falling in love with yourself, seeing you and the way that you operate through the eyes of children, through the eyes of your children maybe, through the eyes of this fire sign, through the eyes of passion, through the eyes of spirit. It's time to gain or acquire a new perspective on yourself. On August 24th, Uranus is going to retrograde in your sign. You're still recovering from that huge transit with, Uranus, Mars, and the North Node conjuncting in Virgo. In Taurus. And we're all still recovering, from that transit. But I feel like it's really important because when Uranus retrogrades on August 24th, there is this kind of like fear factor, this facing fear kind of thing. It's like, if it's not working, it's time to cut it. Like, what? Your price is way too high. You need to cut it. I don't know where that came from, but hydrate. There is this. The Page of Wands is fun. I feel like getting outside, getting out in the desert, getting in the red rocks, there's only a couple cards that depict this kind of terrain. And this terrain is sacred. So getting into like Nevada, New Mexico, Utah, like this Arizona, you know what I mean? There is something magical about maybe taking a trip. I do feel like, or starting a company there, or starting a new project there, or like traveling there. Some of your children may be moving to somewhere maybe out west or something of that nature. But Uranus is going to be retrograding in Taurus, and I do feel like expect the unexpected, especially in the house of like money, possessions, mind, the things that you have. There is a reevaluating. There is this awakening that is ultimately coming in to force us to progress. On August 25th, the next day, Mercury, your ruling planet, leaves exaltation, leaves your sign and goes into Libra. And there is this, I just keep saying, hearing amped, this like amped up, amped access to diplomacy. An increased interest in justice and fairness, definitely being a little bit more flirty, like the charm coming way more easier, getting what you want. After the 25th of August is a great time to start renegotiating anything, refinancing. It's time to, you know, like that's, I feel like that's a good, well, yeah. Especially if you've got a lot of equity and if you've done a lot of work, I feel like it's a great time to at least, you know, you can shoot your shot there in regards to refinancing. I was thinking with Saturn retrograde, but I feel like it's individual. Anyway, on August 27th, we have the new moon in Virgo, and I'll, you know, do a separate video. Hopefully I'll have the opportunity to do a separate video. I am taking a vacation during Virgo season. And that new moon in Virgo really needs to be about you orienting intentions and planting seeds in regards to how to unwind and where to tighten up in life. On August 29th, we have August 29th, September 3rd, and September 6th. The North Node in Taurus will be semi-sextiling Chiron retrograde in Aries. And there's something about like third time's the charm. This is definitely going to be like something about addressing, it's going to be different for everybody, but there is something about like children or childhood or the self, how others see you, what you choose to show the world, your concept of me, being, there's some sort of opportunity or opportunity that will require your effort. That's coming through. And this is in regards to the childhood identity wounds, and whatever is keeping you from operating in the fullness of your true value, in the fullness of your true worth. There's a lot of astrological notes, so I want you guys prepared, especially in Virgo season. On September 5th, Venus goes into Virgo, and it's giving 9 of Pentacles vibes. There are a lot of opportunities for financial prosperity, for comfortability, and that's why this focus on yourself, this access to the fire, access to the desire, access to the motivation, access to the drive is so important for you, Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising, because there's some opportunities to get it. You know, to really like the getting is good. Strike while the, you know, the iron is hot. On September 9th, your ruling planet, Mercury, retrogrades in Libra and will retrograde back into your sign, back into exaltation. So I do feel like this is going to be another, you know, really even like, dare I say, pleasurable or like enjoyable, like fear-free kind of Mercury retrograde. Well, then again, Uranus, it will be retrograde. So we'll see about that. But I feel like for you guys, it'll be very mild. Because it's coming back there into your sign, there is some sort of like meaningful like redo or second chance idea, or not idea, or vibes. Funny that was like the third time's the charm thing came through for that transit too. So it's like your ruling planet is going to be vacillating between I balance and I analyze, you know, and so that's going to be different for everybody. But then we close out Virgo season, your season. Happy birthday, bitch. I love you guys. I love Virgos. when we don't close it out, but the last astrological note that I will be doing is for September 10th, the full moon in Pisces. And this is about, what's interesting because it came through as like, release your humanness, be a fucking weirdo, be a fucking alien, like really detach from the vessel and allowing yourself to like remember you're a spirit having a human experience. Like be this like weird alien superstar that you want to be, however that materializes, or however you want to manifest that. Make it happen. Get weird. Let yourself get fucking weird. Because this full moon, this not full moon, well, this full moon and new moon cycle is really going to be highlighting that Virgo Pisces axis, which is Virgo, I analyze, opposing Pisces, I believe. So hydrate, light it if you got it. Wow, been shuffling kind of Page of Wands. The Page of Wands came out and then the Queen of Wands is on the bottom of the deck. So there are definitely opportunities to level up. Funny, underneath that is the Ace of Wands reverse, opportunities that you don't expect to level up. So I'm gonna light some sweetgrass for that ass. Get these energies flowing because we are calling in our most benevolent ancestors, Mother God, Father God, Mother Earth. Thanking you all for the most useful, helpful, and divinely aligned messages for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. For Virgo season 2022, baby, happy birthday. And I just feel like the bells are very, very necessary. Understand there are so many ways to clear your space. This new season, who dis, the last real season of summer, mutable earth, like going from summer into fall. By the end of Virgo season, we'll start to, really be experiencing the autumnal equinox and preparing for that. So, for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising, thank you all for the most useful, helpful, and divinely aligned messages for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Virgo season 2022. Ooh. Page of Wands and the Three of Pentacles out. Yes, I'm telling you, establish this new relationship with yourself. Prioritize yourself. Prioritize these passion projects. Because there's stuff that didn't work out, and it's like that shit that didn't work out turns into fertilizer, and or even like it's like the grout that you can like build, like put new bricks atop it. Mortar, I think is the word that I'm thinking. Mortar, is it? It's like that cement stuff, and then you put bricks on top of it. That's what it feels like. It's like whatever didn't work, there's strength there, there's information there still. Some of you may be having a new relationship with someone with Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn placements. I feel like the younger fire sign is able to really contribute, is a valid like addition to the team. But they may be diminishing in your life, or maybe there's like some brand new chapter in some sort of way. Usually when an Aries or Sagittarius comes into your life, they don't come in like the Page of Wands. Like it's very, knight or above energy. So someone may be just kind of like tiptoeing about you, or you may be tiptoeing about them. But either way, I feel like your number one and most important relationship in your season, in order to really avoid having to like go to so much therapy, or having to avoid like the unveiling of such harsh truths about like your team or the people that you've hung out with or something of that nature. It's just like, if you just do the work, you can like sidestep these disasters that require all this recovery. Some of you are establishing a new relationship with yourself because you're going to therapy, or you and this, maybe you and your partner are going to therapy, or your partner's going to therapy, or something like that. Therapy is very beneficial. Finding out whatever works for you. Maybe, and it's like, just because it's like it didn't work for you that one time doesn't mean it doesn't work. It means keep trying. Find a different method. There's all kinds of like methods. There's so much more than talk therapy out there these days. Now, Virgo, I do feel like if something comes up, a pipe bursts or something goes wrong, don't try to YouTube handyman fix it. Do call a professional. I feel like it's time to, some of you also, you're like, I want to start a new relationship with myself, but I don't know how. It's time to maybe get a reading or start going to, you know, like talking to your friends, talking to your children, evaluating your childhood, really allowing yourself to relay the bricks of the programming in your mind. Psycho-Cybernetics Style by Maxwell Maltz. Definitely check out that book. Shout out to The Quietest Revolution, Rough Fam for Life. There are people around you that have the information that you're seeking. I feel like it's important to seek out new friends. It's important to seek out new connections. I've heard like no man is an island. So there is something about really like, yeah, I feel like some of you, like there are opportunities coming your way, then you're like swatting at the hand of the divine, or have been. And it's because there was, you know, instability in the sense of self that I feel like has been keeping you from experiencing the success or the comfortability or the loss of the anxiety or the aha moment, the exhale moment, that like feeling of completion. It's like kept you from experiencing that, because I feel like there's always been this like waiting for the other shoe to drop or something. And I feel like you start initiating this new relationship with yourself, stop prioritizing everybody else and their stuff, and you're gonna have a very new experience with life in general, with success in general, with love, when you start putting yourself first. So Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Virgo season 2022. Judgment. It's been flashing. I knew it was coming out. Center of the reading is Judgment. There could be someone with Scorpio placements coming in. I also feel like the divine, there is this deeper calling to your purpose. There is some sort of calling on your life, or something that the divine's been tugging at you to do. It's time to get off autopilot. It's time to tap into all of the gifts that you have been given, all of the talents, really figuring out what you want to fine tune, what you want to refine, what skills you want to develop, what you want to harness. This is a new lease on life. Stop ignoring what the divine is telling you to do. Stop ignoring those hunches. There's going to be a juicy ass plunge because we're going to clarify it. And some of it, the divine's been like on your fucking neck. Like, hey, you know better. You know you need to do this, or this isn't right, or something's going on, or address this mental health issue, address this lack of desire or sexual desire, or this suspicion, or this lack of order, or whatever it is. Some of you, it's like, hey, you've been drinking too much, or you've been smoking too much, or there's too much escapism, or you're on autopilot, or you're trying to numb out in some sort of way, possibly. Also, I feel like this is like a decision. Get off the fence and make a decision. Some of you have a decision to make. Maybe it's about business. Maybe it's about a business partner. Maybe it's about collaboration. A collaboration with a specific partner or a specific company. But I feel like the divine is really involved and really trying to get you to listen, but you got to get out of that place of prioritizing how logic-based you are. Like, break that habit. You're not being logic-based in your season is not going to get you where you want to go. There's got to be this coupling of the logic with the intuition, and also like considering your feelings. Thinking, you know, you got the long-term thing, the what could happen, it's like stop playing chess and just actually like really assess what the fuck's going on. And that's not for everybody, but you know who you are. There also could be some sort of announcement that's coming up, and like some sort of altercation possibly. maybe an argument or a big announcement, something that you didn't expect. But I do feel like you have so many passions, so many talents, so many things that you're good at, and it's time to stop sleeping on yourself. It's time to, like, all of these different aspects of you have started to atrophy, and it's keeping you from making right decisions quickly. And it's time to start really, like, it's like, get back with it so you can, like, some of you, this is about sobriety. It's time to be present. It's time to be here. What are you trying to numb out? Stop going with the flow, and, like, let's get to the root of what this issue is, which is why therapy could be a thing that needs to happen. Because I do feel like, get off the fence, make a decision, less talk, more doing. And there is an opportunity for you to have, like, a new lease on life, for you to just feel renewed, for you to really feel like you're tied to your passion. And there's been some hopelessness. The Star Reverse came out. There's been some hopelessness. Maybe there's been a dream that doesn't feel like a dream anymore. Some of you, maybe you accomplished your dream and you don't know what's next. And it feels like there's time to, some of you have been, like, really, like, struggling to believe, struggling to have faith, struggling to heal. This is all about guidance. Some of you are struggling, like, you're going against the grain. You're not letting yourself be a spirit. You're prioritizing your humanness so much that the divine's gonna have to, like, yoke your ass up and remind you in some way, yo, all of this shit is magic. None of this shit is real, and everything is real, and everything is fake all at the same fucking time. This could be a psychedelic experience. This could be a psychotropic experience. This could be an experience in the astral. Very vivid dreams possibly coming in. Final card, final message for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. There could be some sort of altercation with someone, something getting in the way. Like, you're not getting, you think you're not getting what you want, but you're being rerouted very specifically. So don't get all in a huff when something doesn't go where you want. It's like the minorest, the tiniest little rejection is also for your protection. Rejection, you know. Some of you, there could be some, like, big conversation that you're having legally, or some news comes in that something may not go as planned. There could be delays with legal news or legal battles possibly. Some of you, I feel like you've been in a place where you've just given on hope. You've given up hope, and the divine's not having it. It's coming in. It's coming in for your heart. It's coming in to revitalize you. It's coming in to connect you. And so things are not going your way. I feel like you've been fighting. It's like the alignment in your truck is off, you know. It's like the alignment's off, and, like, your truck's trying to pull you there and you're trying to go here, and it's like you just feel like the alignment's off, but the divine is actually trying to get you to turn down this specific street that's going to take you to exactly where you need to go. But there's just this lack of ability to surrender, and that's really what it's like. The divine's like, oh, okay, let go or be dragged. You going to show up willingly and surrender, take your hands off the wheel and listen and get your ass unstuck? Or you can show up to the destination and show up to the function covered in fucking road rash. Either way you're going, but I would love for you to choose or opt to go in faithfully, willingly, allowing yourself to be divinely guided, allowing yourself to really tune in to your internal GPS system, because something may be off. There may be an update that's needed, and you may need some quiet time, time by water, some travel, some important conversations with a water sign or an air sign, or friends, family. There is maybe even something about baptism. I feel like there's like a intimacy that's needed, an intimacy that's been feared, like bearing your all. It's like and also some of you, this is like you're at some crux in your life where it's like there's like this crux. That's the word that comes through, is crux. Where it's like if you don't choose differently, if you keep choosing the same way. You're just going to keep getting what you've always gotten. And it's like the dream is right there. It's just let yourself like dare to believe that you're worthy of having it, boo. You know? Final card, final message for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Final card, final message, please, for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Deep breath. For Virgo season 2022. Final card, final message, please. One card, one message. Definitely stick around for the plunge. Patreon.com/justjeverything. As low as $8. You can cancel anytime. Woo! There it is! The Nine of Pentacles. Venus and Virgo. I'm telling you. There is, with the Ten of Cups reversed on the bottom of the deck. Okay, so there's definitely some redirecting. And there's definitely some stuff going on about your independence, about your sovereignty. Some of you, it's like there's this issue. You're not experiencing the togetherness, the fullness, the fulfillment, the family life that you want because you're not, there could be some of you that have, some of us that have been really inauthentic about who we actually are for so long that we don't know who we are. We've done the right thing. We've done what our parents told us to do, what society told us to do. Gone to school and gotten married, gotten a husband, had kids and all this stuff. And it's like, who the fuck am I? And now there's this opportunity for, I feel like, you to really like enjoy the fruit of your labor. There is this ending of a cycle in your relationship to your physical body. I feel like there is a healing coming. You've been denying this new chapter, denying or fighting or putting it off, putting yourself on the back burner. And this new relationship with your body is coming through. You're going to be giving the beach a different body next summer, hun. If you allow yourself, if you let yourself prioritize that, it doesn't matter. But I do feel like that is something. Some of you have been really like struggling with your physical appearance or wanting to lose weight or wanting to eat better quality food. And I feel like the opportunity is coming to do that. Some of you have been really scared to invest in your entrepreneurship or scared to invest in this business. There is an ending of a cycle of that fear, of that hopelessness. Guidance is coming. Some of you have had the opportunity to experience something unconventional, a different kind of love, maybe this is opening, an open relationship, open marriage, polyamory, swinging, possibly like whatever floats your boat, or a different kind of like sexuality, a different kind of sex play, possibly. But also alternative lifestyles. Maybe there are people who are coming into your life who are just exposing you to all different alternative lifestyles, alternative ways of fulfillment. I do feel like you have been in a place where you're, even like scared to enjoy the good things that are there, or maybe have squandered some of the good things that are there because there's been this, dark night of the soul, deep mistrust of self that's coming through. Because I feel like some of you have been trying to steer the show and the divine's rerouting you, and it's going to be uncomfortable because you have been fighting the alignment. That's the video. That's what it's, there's realignment. The alignment is off. Where can I write that? Hold on. All right, I love you. We'll see you in the plunge. All right, Virgo, let's get into it. I want to talk about, how crazy it is that I said Venus and Virgo, Nine of Pentacles vibes, and it came out. So trust and believe. Once Venus goes into your sign, there is this stability, luxury, beauty, this amory that starts to really amp up in your life. And I just feel like there's something about just things amping up. And Nine of Pentacles is just such a very elevated, connoisseur, experienced kind of energy. And I feel like you are definitely coming up quickly in your season. With the Page of Wands being the first card out, there is this feeling of very you feeling very young at heart, needing to do whatever needs to be done in order for you to feel young at heart. Maybe there is a younger child that's really like showing up or really needing your attention. Someone with Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius placements, they may need therapy, or there may be something like alarming happening in therapy, or something that you find out. Or they may need just a different kind of therapy or different kind of schooling, possibly. But I do feel like for you, there is an idea to get off the ground. There is something or relationship to get off the ground. This is definitely inspiration in business. Good news, a new start, new relationships, new ideas, messages coming in, good conversations coming in. Knew you who dis, very, but understand there could be just like a starting over. Maybe starting over in some sort of area in regards to your physical, spiritual, or sexual energy, starting a new workout routine, having, engaging in physical activity or sexual activity with someone new in some sort of way. There could be, new stuff going on with kids or someone having a kid. But ultimately, I feel like this is the initial stages of a new project or a relationship or a new sense of personal power coming into you, flowing into you. Please clarify the Page of Wands for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. And this could be this need to, the procrastination that I was talking about, like just address it. The Moon and the Hierophant. Wow. Okay. Some of you, there's definitely secrets going on in your connection or your marriage, or you're afraid you're hiding something from someone. This could be you like hiding a new relationship, or like feeling abandoned, feeling like tired of being the breadwinner, or feeling left out, or someone bringing up abandonment issues. There could be some kind of like secret or issues going on with the mother, or with values or relationship or marriage in general. I just feel like some of you are experiencing maybe a new relationship with a Pisces, Taurus, or Taurus, Virgo, or Libra. Please clarify the Moon. Fuck that. Some of you, it's like you've been domestic. You've been the domesticated, docile, obedient dog for so long, and that feral wolf is really ready to rise up. And it's going to have you operating at a different ethical or moral level than you're used to, or that people around you are used to seeing. There could be these important conversations that are coming up in regards to your morals or your ethics, and you could just, or people around you, you could just be like, damn, that's what y'all believe? That's what y'all are about? Fuck this. I'm done with these relationships, no matter how long I've known you. Like, that's what you're about? Fuck that. Not cool. There could be some shady behavior, some conflict, some heartbreak or disappointment that you're hiding, or that's residual abandonment, residual heartbreak, residual trauma bonds, some issue with someone with Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn placements. But there is resolution to these issues. The resolution is not ignoring them and sweeping shit under the rug. The resolution is acquiring information and knowledge so that you can break the old habits. It's like, you know how to burn this motherfucker down, but do you dare learn how to rebuild? Please clarify the Three of Pentacles. Some of you, it's just like your relationship or your marriage or the job that you've had for so long, something may be falling apart, and or someone you just may feel a lot of distance from someone. You may be feeling betrayed or suspicious in some sort of way. And it's just like, you can't control it anyway. All you can really control is yourself. Something is ending. It may involve a Scorpio, or have to do with like your sexuality or your reproductive organs, possibly, or sexual organs in some sort of way. But I do feel like this period of mystery, or this period of maybe even deceit, or some of you are recovering from being lied to, recovering from being treated like shit. And it's just like, if you allow yourself to find the tools, to reach for the tools, The tools that you need to rebuild are not inside of you, Virgo. You're going to have to explore. You're going to have to talk to people. You're going to have to research. You're going to have to apply that mercurial energy into something really productive so that you can transmute these betrayals into breakthroughs. There is this metamorphosis that wants to happen. Something has to end. And I'm telling you, the longer you hold on to it, it's gonna, the more painful it is, because you're being divinely redirected. And yeah, you're being directed regardless of, and I'm not saying your partner is cheating on you and you've been, I'm not saying all of that. I'm just saying there is some sort of like shift, some rebirth that requires a death, requires an ending, requires something that, everything that's natural has a life cycle. So there is a natural, like a natural life cycle, or natural like phasing out in some sort of way, that I do feel like it could be about, or in regards to someone with Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Scorpio placements, maybe Cancer. There is just like an ending of judgment, or a shift in regards to judgment. Like who are you trying to become? Who are you ready to be? What are you trying to be? What are you trying to build? And are you going to listen to the divine and stop being fearful and start being faithful? Because once it's like turn that frown upside down and start really striving to understand that you have the capabilities, the evidence starts to show itself. I just heard faith is the evidence of things unseen. Is that the way that quote goes? Faith is the evidence of things unseen. Maybe. Please clarify judgment. I just feel like it's time to take a creative approach. Some of you, in some sort of way, you're benefiting from a mentor. Some of you, like you find out like your kid is failing school, or they have maybe a learning disability. They may need a tutor or a mentor, and it feels like there will be profound shifts. There will be a big progress in school, or in school for yourself or for your kids, whenever it's like whenever we just have the talk and just start like looking at it, like face the shit, face the whatever, talk about it. Stop trying to like maintain homeostasis. No more like the boat is built to be rocked, baby. Rock that shit. Ask the hard questions. Let's get to the fucking root of this. No more willful blindness. Please clarify judgment. Whatever it is you've been sitting on the fence about, it's time to seek absolution. There's this higher calling. There's karma that is at play. The divine is heavily involved in your season. And there's new reasons to live possibly coming in. You may be like halfway through your season feeling really refreshed by you no longer just taking it all on yourself, forcing everything to be your responsibility. There's this new lease on life, new calling in life. Ready to account, your issues. Ready to really face yourself. Ready to make a new stand. There's some sort of moment of truth, or taking heed on the call, or, standing up for what's right, or redemption, awakening. Whatever it is. Whatever it is, Virgo, it's like you're hella aware of your and those around you, like the outdated patterns of your behavior. Start there. Stop looking at everybody else's behavior. First and foremost, become aware of your outdated patterns and your outdated, and how that and how those outdated patterns impact your behavior and the way they're no longer serving you. There are big moments of truth coming. And the trumpet of truth has been sounding in your life for a while. And there is something about, are you going to answer the call? Your calling was not a conference call. This is a very like majorly karmic and consequential time in your life. Revolutions, revelations, breakthroughs. call to action, and you know what needs to change. Please clarify judgment for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. You know what needs to change. Nice. King of Cups. You're being called to definitely be more spiritual, be more creative, be more masterful with your emotions, be more masterful with your words, with your gifts. And it's just like some of you are being called to be some sort of leader in some sort of way, and or mastering something in some sort of way, and you've got to make a judgment. But you can't do it for everybody else if you haven't done it for yourself. You know? So there is some sort of, proverbial, feeling cleansed of your sins, forgiving yourself, forgiving others. Like this atonement for mistakes, possibly. But there is this reckoning that this looks like is happening. Someone, or you or someone, having this kind of day of reckoning. But it's time to cut the fat. Really allow yourself to access your emotions. Be more emotional. People need to see your feelings, need to see your process, maybe. I do feel like critical thinking is just really important. Be careful of being overly critical. And at its extreme, really judgmental. And also it's like judgment indicates excessively critical mind that is keeping you from succeeding. And that's what I mean. There is this need to balance the logicked brain with the intuitive and feeling brain. So in some sort of way, there is some situation in your life that requires acceptance, release, celebration, hopefully, even if you allow. Sorry for that noise. But it's time to address it. And I feel like you have the opportunity to come into your season way more masterful, way more balanced, feeling good, feeling rejuvenated. Let the water in, let spirit in, let the emotions flow. It's time to get in flow. Please clarify the star reversed. Because some of you, you're relying on yourself, or maybe you're relying on some belief to the extent that your idealism is replacing your ability to take actual action. Are you being naive, or are there people around you being naive or obnoxious? Some of you may be feeling really, really suspicious, especially suspicious of this Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio, or Aquarius. Maybe somebody else with Virgo placements. Please clarify the star reversed. Some of you may be just feeling paranoid, possibly even feeling people are turned against you, lost faith in something. But it's did you lose faith in yourself? Trust in yourself. If you need to find faith in anything, find faith in you, and it will grow. You will build it. The divine will replenish you. That's this water from the divine will come from above and water whatever it is. Even it's funny. Ooh, look at the water, how it drips, how it's dripping down. It's like water. The divine will the universe, the God of your understanding will divinely water the seeds that you plant. But you've got to connect with yourself so that you feel worthy of planting that big dog, big, fucking big dream seed. Stop going for the low-hanging fruit. It's time to, believe that you can have it. Believe that you can be healthy, that you can start a new chapter. There's definitely more need to be physical. It's time to work out. It's time to get connected to your body. It's time to connect to your body so that you can more deeply connect to your intuition, because you're an earth sign. So spirit and your intuition is going to speak to you through your body. And if you have been in a place where you're feeling really hopeless, imagine how that hopelessness is impacting your actions and your ability to intuit. There could be possible, some of you, it's you can have the divine really needs you to pay attention to like what's causing despair or depression or a lack of self-trust, a lack of faith, this disconnection from the divine. Please clarify the star reversed. This insecurity, discouragement, these missed opportunities. It's like if you don't believe in yourself, there's opportunities. Maybe some of you, this is an opportunity that you've already missed out on and you're feeling like really like down on yourself about it. And it's like, hey, the divines will absolutely put you in a position where you understand why that happened. And that it was happening for you, not to you. You or maybe other people around you may be ignoring obvious resolutions. Just don't ignore your sight. Don't ignore your hunches, your faith. The star reverse doesn't want to talk. Maybe you're just having a hard time talking or communicating your needs, communicating what you really want. It's time to nurture your sense of hope. Nurture your positive energy. Get out in water. Get out in nature. You need to do your part to help propel like yourself back into a place of joy. Take the time for the self-care, for the self-nourishment. On a deeply personal and spiritual level, you are depleted in some sort of way. And the divine is like, yo, if you listen, take heed, this something is unmistakable, undeniable at this point. And like for some of you, it's like, I need to fucking grow up. I need to do better. I need to stop drinking. I need to stop smoking. I need to stop playing with people's emotions, or I need to stop judging everybody or judging myself. There is just something that you know needs to stop. You need to listen to that inner voice so that you can stop being oh so damn depleted, and the divine can pour in and water those seeds that you need, and you can reap the harvest, but you've got to feel worthy of it. It can't water the harvest if you think everything is shit. And if it's just like all my seeds are shit and nothing ever works and this always happens to me, and then it's like, okay, whether you think you can or think you can't, you're right. Please clarify the star reverse. I feel like also there is like replenishment will come to you if you do your part to like book a massage, reconnect to your daily, like to reconnect to a spiritual practice. Take a bath, nurture yourself, be around water. Go to like a hot spring or a cold spring, or wherever you are. There is something about reconnecting to your spirituality. Yeah, because there's like this lack of focus, lack of doing the work. I feel like you've been doing so much of the work. Wow, yeah, it's like you've been going backwards, and it's like you're going backwards, or you feel like things are going backwards because the divine's like, yo, them seeds ain't doing nothing. Ain't sprouting near a nothing, ain't near a leaf sprouting until I say so, until the divine decides to water it, until you, and it's really ultimately until you decide that you are worthy of being watered. The divine's just waiting for you to have faith in you, for you to listen, for you to not be afraid of what is gonna, fall apart or what ends. Something that you really, really want requires big girl, big boy, big person fucking faith. And the alignment to it is off. And you've got to allow yourself to, take your proverbial truck to the shop and get shit rearranged, get your alignment done. And that means you can't do it. You don't have the tools. You've got to take your shit to the shop. You've got to take your stuff to spirit. You've got to hey, I need this service done, or hey, I need this help. Help me. You've got to ask. The divine's going to put you in a position where you're going to be forced to ask, and that's how you end up getting where you want. Please clarify the 9 of Pentacles. You can't do it on your own. Please clarify the 9 of Pentacles for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's like either way, the divine wants you in this 9 of Pentacles energy, wants you comfortable. But I feel like there has been such a denial of what the truth is. Some of you, it's like, no, you don't want to see what the divine's shown you. Leo season may have been really, really rough for y'all because there was this inescapable light. You were forced to look at all the dark crevices of your psyche, forced to talk about the pain, to acknowledge the depression, to acknowledge the addiction, to acknowledge the tension, having to have these conversations that mean, hey, there's a habit, there's a pattern here that I've had to really do my part to get over, to break this barrier so that I can really allow the tables to be turned because I've earned my stripes. And now I'm going to let go, stop avoiding the change. And then bam, the divine brings in this influx of love, this new opportunity, new feelings, new healing modality or new connection to self-love that really helps you be done with all the pain and finally get back to you, establishing this brand new version of yourself where you finally understand those old dreams, those old desires, they were outdated, they weren't yours anyway. Some of you have been living lives and it wasn't your life that you even wanted. This wasn't even what you envisioned for yourself. It's life, this is what you did, what you thought you were supposed to do. And now there is this brand new cycle. And if you would allow yourself to be so brave as to isolate or be quiet or solitary for a while so that you can recalibrate, re-establish, reintroduce yourself to yourself. There's new business, new relationships, new connections to yourself. There's major humbling. There's new love, good messages in business, good hope. All these pages out. There's this a major rebirth that's happening because you're allowing yourself to be brave and go get the alignment checked. Maybe you've had a lot of shit in the bed of your truck for too long. It's toting around all this baggage. It's throwing the weight off. Now the alignment's off. Unload the baggage. The fool, he travels light. He has unloaded this baggage. Headed into the shop to get the alignment fixed. And look, the divine is lighting his path before him. There is ultimate faith here. There is so much faith to be accessed inside of you. And Virgo, when you let your logic-based ass really let go, there's some miraculous shit that gets to happen for you. And I just heard Erykah Badu's window seat. It's there is just this huge release. Yeah, you finally get to step into your power, turn away from those toxic attachments and the things that have bound you. Some of you, this is addiction. Some of you, this is substance or issues with sex or sexual addiction or even something. It's something no longer has a hold on you. And you get to change your direction and level up, going from the page to the night. You get to finally level up by way of addressing all of these abandonment issues and trauma bonds that have been around too long. And once you start to let the divine in, there is this restoration, refilling of your cup, and you start to become a whole number. You start to really focus on yourself, refill your cup, tend to yourself. You got the alignment done. And then all of a sudden you driving and there's someone else that, the divine needs you to meet that also has finally they got their alignment fixed too, And so there is this beautiful road trip together. I don't know why the car road trip analogy came through, but there is just replenishment. I feel like there is equal exchange here. There's an opportunity for, this is Venus in Cancer. There's some stuff that you've recently learned that once Venus comes into your sign, you're going to, it's you can't do this well or healthily, honestly, until you really know what to do with this. It's hard for people to do this well, to pair if they don't know who they are, you know? So handle this so you know what to do with this. I love you. You got this.